Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with episode 14 of our F223 Ollie Bearman Career mode. We're back once again here from Barcelona. Of course, if you missed out on the video that went live yesterday where we dived into the sprint race, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. But 4 points cover our top 4 drivers in the championship as we head into the feature race today. Plenty of points available though. We need to try and go out. We need to try and fight from the back of the field. Let's get into it. Spanish GP time.
Hello and welcome to the Circuit of Barcelona, Catalunya. We're counting down to the start of today's race and you can feel the excitement in the air. This promises to be a real spectacle. It's back to the future for the F2 drivers today. We welcome the removal of the chicane in the final sector. It will shorten lap times and reduce the length to 2.9 miles, 14 turns. This was the original setup of the track, but it hasn't been used since 2007. So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's results with a look at the starting grid. Teo Porcher will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from him, with Ayumu Iwasa alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hauger, Daruvula, Brad Benavides, Fittipaldi, Novalak, Doohan, Martins, Amory Cordial, Correa, Verschoor, Frederick Vesti, Arthur Leclerc, Maloney, Hadjar, Crawford and Roy Nissany. Miney, Boschon, Stanek and Ollie Bearman completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's get down to the track. I'm not the only one sitting here today who's looking forward to today's race. My friend and GP2 champion Davide Valsecchi is next to me, already on the edge of his seat, awaiting the start of the event. How's it going today?
Hello there, Alex. I'm great, thank you, and very excited to get started. I have a feeling we are in for a very special event today.
Well, here we are then, lining up on the grid once again here in Barcelona. And yes, strategy today I think is going to be a rather interesting one because I want to ideally start on those hard compounded tyres. We know we have a couple of laps left in them, and I don't think I'm going to be able to. I hate how limited the strategy is in this game. I can't even try and do a 3-stop or something like that. We might be able to bolt on the... We'll have to bolt on the hards at the midway stage of the GP there. So the goal might be extend the first stint as far as possible and then see if we can take the hards to the end of the GP. But yeah, really have lack pace this weekend. So hoping that today can be a little bit better. But waiting then on those 5 red lights. So once again, here in Barcelona, it's going to be lights out, and away we go. And just like yesterday, Stanek not able to get a good start there. Boschon doing an even worse job than he managed to in the sprint race yesterday as we make our way down in towards turn 1, past the second Campos car as well. Roy Nissany there a little bit early on the brakes, and then we'll kind of get pinched between him and Zane Maloney there, but through the middle we'll go. And again, another pretty good start here in Barcelona. Jack Crawford just trying to slot in behind my teammate Fred Vesti a little... Oh, further in front there as well. Crawford way earlier on the brakes, trying to be cautious in towards turn 4, and we kind of had to dive to the inside of the Red Bull Junior driver there to make sure that we didn't make any contact with anyone else. But yeah, just like the sprint race yesterday then, lap 1 seems to be easy pickings with the AI, losing a lot of places, tripping over each other and all of that good stuff as we go down the middle between Fred Vesti and Arthur Leclerc. And look at this, we're up 8 places on lap 1. I promise you, this is still against the ultimate AI, and we know what they were like. They were very slow yesterday, and then just were able to ramp up the pace once lap 1 was completed there. So we've kind of got to take every opportunity we can get on this opener to move up the order as best as possible. Can we keep it clean and tidy through the final couple of corners? Yes, just about. There we go. So yeah, really struggled with that line in the sprint, but doing a lot better today. Ayumu Iwasa at the lead of the GP at the start, so I'm sure he'd love to try and get a win on the board. Well, definitely seem to have a lot more confidence in the early laps here relative to yesterday. seemingly able to hang much closer to the cars in front of me through the final couple of corners. Isaac Hadjar now as DRS will be enabled. Down the inside of yet another Red Bull drop-back driver will go. And over to P13 then, unlucky for some, hopefully not us. We need good points today. Well, I think we've got to play a bit of a balancing act here, of course. We know our hard tyres have got a bit more life than most. Actually, looking at that tyre wear, yeah, we're going to have to two-stop this. There's no way we could try and wrangle a one-stop out of this afternoon's running. But yeah, obviously, when the AI do bolt on their hard tyres, well, we're going to try and go the other way with it. We're going to try and do it at the midway stage of the GP. Of course, it's going to be really odd, though, because, of course, we're going to be slower for a little while, but not as much slower as we should be. And then when we inevitably go back onto that worn set of softs, we're going to be quicker than the AI, but not as much quicker as we should be. It's all going to get very, very weird, but we've got to be on the pace. Just like we saw in the sprint race, we seem to have pace to match the AI in the very, very early laps of the stint, but they seem to get stronger and stronger as I seem to get slower and slower here, under a little bit more pressure from Isaac Hadjar. We're not losing pace at the same rate we did yesterday, but it is certainly noticeable, and doing things like that is not going to make our life easier. I don't think I've ever focused this much in a race this season, and just to try and keep up with the AI. You know, Baku was really tough, but we just could not match them here, though. I feel like I can when I get it nailed, but just trying to get it nailed is not particularly easy. I don't know whether it's worth trying to go one lap extra on this first set of tyres, because of course we're going to be at a disadvantage over the next few laps anyway, but tyre wear warning light has already flashed up, so we are going to have to be careful as we move into the second half of this GP. Oh, that's the first time I've gone the wrong side of that curve through there. Really does compromise you, but through this final corner, oh, that's not the line. That is really not the line there. I've been doing pretty well through that turn all day long, but now I've messed it up. Isaac Hadjar is going to say thank you very much as we make the run back down in towards turn 1. Will the high-tech break early into T1? No, not this time round. But yeah, T1 is into the end of this lap. I'm tempted to stretch it, but I don't actually know where Fred Vesti is, so that might be quite critical here. I don't think I've overtaken him, so if Fred doesn't pit, we're going to have to. Otherwise, I think we get caught out, wouldn't we? Oh, there's some battling going on in front. There are some big battles here, which is allowing Hadjar and I just to close in, as well as Roy Nassani and Arthur Leclerc behind us as we make our way through the final corner. You can see Leclerc's boxed in behind me. I forgot to pit. How did I forget to pit? Where is Fred Vesti? Wait, no, Vesti's at the back. What's happened to Fred? Fred Vesti's at the back of the field then, so to be honest, he's not going to score points anyway here. So you may as well screw him, as bad as that sounds. But yeah, okay, this strategy isn't completely in the bin yet. We've done pretty well to extend this stint just the one extra lap here, and this could really open up for us in the late stages of the GP. Of course, all the AI, I think we're going to see them all box onto a set of the soft compound tyres, aren't we? There, it's been very, very cheeky on pit entry. Make sure we get the car slowed down, though, just about at the last moment. Nudge the brake just a little bit extra, but of course, yeah, will we get held up in the pit lane here? Fred Vesti certainly will. But of course, yeah, we've now got to go on to worn tyres. Come on, let me go! What are we waiting for? Oh, Roman Stanek. Roman Stanek gets in the way of us as we try and make our way out of the pit lane then. So we have lost out. See, Hadjar there now is just a little bit in front of me. But yeah, we're going to re-emerge right towards the rear of the field. And, of course, over the... Wait, why have they done softs? Oh, dearie me. It just goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? So, yeah, I was obviously planning on losing just a little bit here, as look at these cars re-emerging 2 by 2 through the first couple of corners. I guess the good thing is right at the end of the race we will have a bit of an advantage. But we are going to have to box early there as Arthur Leclerc, big mistake out of the first couple of turns. The Dams driver going to try and go defensive on me, and we'll try and swoop round him. Less grip on our rubber, but we make it work. Oh, Hadjar early on the brakes there down at the end of the back straight. Got a lot of cars just bunching up on each other, including both of the Van Amersfoorts trying to battle for the final podium place. We'll just cut back in front of Arthur Leclerc there. That could have been really bad if he got his nose down the inside. But Brad Benavides in hot pursuit of Iwasa at the front of the field. Cordial also setting some pretty good times at the moment. Will we be able to get a run on Isaac Hadjar back in towards turn 1? We've still got Leclerc breathing down my neck as well. Fittipaldi and Vershaw trying to look for a move on Juan Manuel Correa down at turn 1. And whoever's that's broken free might be Victor Martins, is looking pretty good at the moment. Oh, it's all Constantina and up. We'll try and get a run up the hill. Wait, Correa's gone hards. Okay, so that makes things really interesting then. We got to go for it down the inside of Isaac Hadjar, because I cannot afford to sit behind Correa throughout the entirety of this middle sector if we don't have to. But yeah, what is Correa's game plan then? Oh no, he might win this, mightn't he? Because of course he barely did any laps yesterday on the on those hard tyres, so he'll be able to go to the end. I can't remember which was the other driver. It was Zane Maloney, wasn't it, as well, who should be able to go to the end of this GP. So yeah, Zane Maloney a little bit further back. It looks, yeah, like Correa is probably going to win this then, unless something crazy happens to him. But can we still fight for P2? I need to stay in the DRS. Well, we've just been able to hang on inside the DRS of Juan Manuel Correa. This could be really, really helpful over the next couple of laps. He's going to have the pace over a lot of other drivers very soon, but we got yellows out. I think that might be Fittipaldi in front. No, it'll be the car in front of him, isn't it? The other Carlin of Richard Vershaw. And that is going to be a really devastating moment for Richard Vershaw. I kind of thought we'd try our chances on Correa. But could this be a safety car then, late on in the day, to potentially spice things up here? We could really do with it. It'd be very, very useful. That's not what I needed to do. Again, don't get collected. Yeah, we've been collected again. And that is going to be a safety car. And we get a 5-second penalty. Not sure we could do a lot there. Oh, we are in trouble. Well, we're lucky. We can go on to our set of hard compound tyres to the end of this thing, but just nudged the wheel on the grass, went round, and for whatever reason at that hairpin, the AI just don't seem to be able to avoid us. But I got no idea what the AI are going to be able to do here, because there's no way their hards can go to the end of the race. Is it worth them boxing twice, doing a lap on the hard tyres under safety car, and then going to the end on another set of softs? Surely they're not that intelligent. Well, we've also got this 5-second penalty to deal with, as Ralph Boschong there is going to stay out in his Campos. But yeah, Roy Nassani, of course, followed him into the pit lane yesterday as well. But yeah, such a nightmare through those couple of corners. But I got no idea what the AI are going to do to the end of the GP. Looks like Fred Vesti has opted to stay out there. They're all going on to hards, but their hard tyres for most of them did the entire race yesterday. So they are going to be very, very close to puncture territory by the end of this.
That was a fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting.
Crawford there seems to have had a bit of a nightmare through the pit window as well. But yeah, our tyres are on like 45%. I've got no idea what the AIs are going to be on. Could I go back to softs?
Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those
Could that be
tyres.
worth it towards the end of this race? Go back to the softs and then have fresher, grippier tyres than everyone else. A load of other cars into the pit lane then, including Fred Vesti. So yeah, I think we've got to go for it. I reckon we've got to go back to the soft tyres towards the end of this GP. The AI's tyres won't be destroyed, but we may as well have the grip advantage throughout the final 2 or 3 laps here. Hopefully the safety car isn't going to peel back in early. Hopefully we can actually catch it up this time. But honestly, yeah, the way I've driven this weekend, 2 annoying spins down at turn 5 there. Oh, I've done pit lane speeding. Are we going to serve that penalty immediately? Are we in even bigger trouble? No, we're not even going to serve the penalty. We don't deserve points the way we've driven today. This has been an absolute nightmare weekend. The car coming in then at the end of 17, of course, has to go green flag racing for 2 laps at the end of this GP. But yeah, these soft tyres are absolutely wrecked. We've got no chance for anything here. We've basically just got to try and finish the race. Yeah, especially with that 5-second penalty, anything higher than last. Come on, just let me go. At least let me catch up, game. But anyway, through the final couple of corners they go. It is green flag racing once again. But yeah, this side pod damage as well is making the thing practically undrivable. I mean, look at that. Through the final couple of corners. I should probably sensibly retire, but you never know what crazy shenanigans might happen in FIA Formula 2. Well, in towards the final few corners we go then of the Spanish Grand Prix. Yeah, no crazy shenanigans at the end of this one. Through the final couple of turns we go. It is going to be Juan Manuel Correa who takes the dub on the one-stop strategy. I ask for it every week, but I really do hope the EA alter it. But we're going to come through. It's 20th place. Just a weekend to forget.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Van Amersfoort today. And it's time now for the podium celebrations, and how well deserved is this one. This is a team all about giving talented young drivers an opportunity to race and to win. Van Amersfoort are your winners here today. And now, let's take a look at the driver's stand. It's a good result for Brad Benavides, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
Lots of drivers impressed me today, Alex. But if I have to say one that impressed me most, it's Juan Manuel Correa.
And now a look at the team standings. ART have extended their lead over the championship. Meanwhile, Carlin move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling installment when Formula 2 returns.
Well, there we are then. Juan Manuel Correa will take the dub here in Barcelona. From 11th on the grid, Ayumu Oasa actually somehow managed to beat out Zane Maloney come the checkered flag there, despite, yeah, Zane on that one-stop strategy as well. But yeah, just a nightmare weekend for us. We seem to get a couple a season. Just that safety car. Obviously, I know we caused it, but the damage made the car undrivable, and we just could not get the strategy down. Too much and ahhing towards the end of the GP there. But Brad Benavides takes even more good points there ahead of Pourchaire, Deruvala, Novalak, Cordial Fittipaldi, and Victor Martins rounding out our top 10. It does mean, yeah, championship-wise, 16 points back, still in P4, but we need to make sure we're scoring good points over our top 3 in the next couple of GPs there. Both ARTs and Jay and Deruvala tied for P6. But yeah, we've got the Battle of the Frenchmen behind us. Novalak, Pourchaire, and Martins all trying to duke it out to be best of the French. Constructors-wise, yeah, we really dropped back this weekend. Fred Vesti just is not picking up points anywhere, it feels like, at the moment. But that means ART lead the way then, 9 points ahead of MP Motorsport. We've got a lot of work to do, though, as we head into the second half of the season. But thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we will be back, I believe, next time out. The Styrian Mountains of Austria. You guys do not want to miss that. A massive thank you to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters for their continued donations to help my work. These things go much further than I think a lot of you ever realise, and allow me to continue making content full-time here on YouTube. So if you want to support me from as little as £1 a month and be featured on all of these end clips, either click the join button next to the subscribe or head over to my Patreon. There's a link down in the description.